most AI assistants live inside an app. You open it, log in, wait for it to load, and then type. But what if the assistant was just a phone number? What if you could send it a voice message from Signal, fully encrypted, and it talked back? That's exactly what Hecate does. And the fact that almost nobody knows it exists is the most interesting part. Hecate is an open-source project that turns a Signal number into an AI assistant you can call or message. Not through a browser. Not through some new app. Through Signal, the same encrypted messenger millions of people already use. You send a voice message, it transcribes it, passes it to an AI model, and sends back a reply. Text or voice, your choice. No new account. No new interface. The AI lives inside a chat you already trust. Let's break down what actually happens under the hood. Hecate runs as a self-hosted server. It registers a phone number with Signal using the signal-cli library, which is the standard way to interact with Signal programmatically. When a message arrives, voice or text, it gets routed through a transcription layer if it's audio, then handed off to a language model. The response comes back through the same Signal thread. The whole pipeline runs on your own machine or a private server. Nothing goes through a third-party cloud unless you wire it to one yourself. The demo use case is almost mundane in how practical it is. You're driving. You can't type. You open Signal, hit record, and ask your AI assistant something. It replies in text or reads it back to you. The channel is end-to-end encrypted by Signal's protocol. Your conversation isn't sitting on an OpenAI server with a cookie attached to your account. It's in a Signal thread. But here's the thing, Hecate is not a polished product. It's a developer tool, and it has real friction. Setting it up requires running signal-cli, which means Java, which means configuration steps that will absolutely trip up anyone who isn't comfortable in a terminal. The registration process for Signal numbers is manual and has rate limits. If you've ever tried to automate a Signal account and hit a verification wall, you know exactly how this feels. That friction is real and it's not going away without significant work. What it also doesn't do is handle group chats natively, manage conversation memory across sessions without extra engineering, or give you any UI at all. There's no dashboard. No settings panel. No way to inspect logs without going into the server directly. If the process crashes, it doesn't restart itself. These are all solvable problems, but they're currently your problems to solve. What surprised me was how minimal the core codebase is. This is genuinely a small project. That's both a strength and a limitation. It's easy to audit, you can understand the entire thing in an afternoon. But it also means it's early. You're not getting a batteries included assistant. You're getting the skeleton of one. Now, where could this realistically go? The most interesting near-term direction is privacy-first AI access for people who genuinely can't or won't use a mainstream AI service. Think journalists in sensitive environments, activists, anyone who needs AI tooling but doesn't want a usage trail tied to their identity. Signal's threat model is already battle-tested. Dropping an AI assistant into that model is a genuinely novel idea. There's also a real use case for team deployments. Imagine a small company that already runs Signal for internal comms. Instead of paying for another SaaS seat for an AI tool, they self-host Hecate, pointed at a local model, and the AI assistant is just another contact in the group. That's not science fiction. That's 3 config files and a weekend. If you're deploying this and you need it to stay up, DigitalOcean's droplets are the obvious move here. A $5 VPS runs this stack without breaking a sweat, and their one-click Docker deployments cut the setup time significantly. So why does Hecate exist? Because the current AI assistant landscape assumes you want a new surface. A new tab. A new subscription. A new app on your phone. Hecate is built on a different assumption that the best interface is the one you already have. Signal is private, it's fast, it's on every platform, and most importantly, people already trust it with sensitive conversations. The person who built Hecate looked at all the existing AI wrappers and asked a different question: what if we didn't need any of them? That question doesn't have a clean commercial answer yet. But as open source infrastructure, it's pointing at something real. The idea that AI should be available through secure, private channels, not just SaaS portals, is going to matter more, not less, as AI becomes more embedded in daily work. Hecate isn't ready to replace anything. But it's a working proof of concept for a model of AI access that doesn't get enough attention. If you're a developer who cares about privacy and wants to experiment with signal-based automation, this is worth an afternoon. The GitHub link is in the description. Next episode, we're looking at a local AI tool that reads and responds to your emails without any of them ever leaving your machine. If that sounds relevant to you, subscribe, that one drops next week.